New friends, new opportunities, new partners. EG Tax.
I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. We thank you that you tuned in to watch us here on Ask the Tax Lady. EG Tax has 33 area offices to serve you. We're here 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. We're in the 3 mall offices.
Boulevard Mall.
McKinley Mall.
And
Fashion
Outlet.
Mall.
And those offices are open on Sunday from normal
Mall hours.
We do all kinds of tax returns, personal, corporation, partnerships, and the real challenge this year is that we're preparing 2017 returns using 2017 tax laws in 2018 after the tax law with all the sweeping changes have gone into effect. So one of the great things about using EG Tax is we're going to make sure you don't overpay on 17, and we're going to make sure that you tax plan for 18 so that you...
No hidden surprises.
No, right.
Yeah,
At least
so
we're going to
true.
tell you what to do, and it's up to you if you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the change in the casualty loss for Niagara County residents.
Sure. For Niagara County, if you're in Lake Ontario and you experienced the flooding, which you you had damage to your property, IRS came out with proclamations to help you.
Yes.
Safe Harbor.
A safe harbor election. So if you have damage less than $20,000 and all you have is an estimate from a licensed contractor, that's all you need. You don't need the appraisals.
Have done it. You didn't need to do it.
Yep. You don't have to fix it. You don't need the appraisal to come out and worry about before and after. Just that estimate is enough to claim the casualty
you
on your tax
don't even
return.
have
And
to
you
be
can
an
do it on
itemizer.
16 or 17, and you don't have to itemize.
Which is
So if you were a
really
non-itemizer and you have a $20,000 casualty loss, let's say your income was $50,000, you have to reduce that by $5,000. You have a $15,000 casualty loss, and even if you don't itemize, you're going to get the benefit
Right.
from it. If you're in the 10% bracket, you save $1,500. If you were in the 30% bracket, you're going to save $3,000. So it's a lot of money, and you want to make sure that if you have any questions, you can call EG Tax at any of our offices or go to our website at egtax.com, and we're very happy to help you. Right?
That's right.
All right, but here's the thing of the show. If you haven't watched us before, we have our roving reporter, Dominic Taverna, out and about Western New York, and he's got people that want their tax questions answered. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back on the other side with your questions.
I'm attorney Dennis Kitchen. Now is a good time to look at your finances and your debts. How much debt do you have right now? If you don't know, or if you don't want to know, it may be too much. Isn't it time that you talk to an attorney about a fresh start? I've been helping many people in debt over the years, and I don't charge for an initial consultation about debts. Call for a free consultation. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
Hi, this is Tiffany Fabian, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. Ryan's 17 plus years of experience saved me money on my premium and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Ryan will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. For all your insurance needs, call Ryan Ferraro at 688-2199. Again, 688-2199.
Wagner Mechanical Air is a multi-service company. We're a commercial refrigeration and HVAC company. We service and install residential and commercial heating and cooling systems. We service and install for restaurants and hotels walk-in freezers, coolers, ice machines, prep tables, and beer wine coolers, just to name a few. Ice Machine Lease is now available as well. Includes all service calls and cleanings of ice machines. If interested in Ice Machine Lease or our other services, please call our offices today.
At Neutrino Auto, we have what your car needs. We provide car care and maintenance service like no other. All of our service technicians are ASC certified, so you know your car is in excellent hands. Parts, parts, parts! And yes, did we mention we have more parts? And we even service and have parts for tractors. Cars, we sell them too. Here at Neutrino Auto, we have everything that you need to hit the pavement today. Call us today. Neutrino Auto, quality service since 1927.
Hi, I'm Esther Galisa, tax lady from EG Tax, and on our show here, Ask the Tax Lady, we have Dominic Traverno, who's been out in Western New York asking people, do they have a tax question? Dom, what's our first question?
This email's from Dolores from Lancaster, and she goes, I'm age 62 and waiting to collect my Social Security till I'm age 70. What should I do, Esther?
If you put hard numbers together, all right, then you have to understand that all the money that you've left on the table, you have to live X amount of years later to break out even. For instance, and I think we have this right on our website, don't we?
Yes, we do. We have a nice spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet worked out up there, where you can type in how much you're supposed to get at 62, how much 66, how much at age 70, and it will tell you how long you have to live to break out even. And I know most financial people will say, and
Wait.
this is where we
Differ.
butt heads, is wait, because you get 8%. But
8% for
ask
4
them-
years, that's
but-
32%.
But ask them, 8% on what?
Right. Well, here's the thing. Let's just say that you, at 62, could collect $2,000. That's $24,000 a year, right?
Right.
24,000 over 7 years is about 150,000 if you wait till you're 70
Right.
to collect that you've left at the table. What happens if you die at 68?
Your spouse gets $255.
Nothing. You get nothing.
And then not to mention, if you wait till you're 70 and you get it to your 85, 86, what is your quality of life like when you're 85, 86, 87?
Right.
I mean,
But let's go back to our $150,000 example that you left on the table.
Right.
It is true that you would get
Nothing.
32% more
Right.
or an extra $7,000 a year if you
Correct.
wait on at those last 4 years.
Right.
If you wait. So that would be $28,000 extra a year. Let's say 30. 30 goes into 150. How many years? 50?
right, that's
15. It's about 18 years
Right.
longer that you have to live to break out even. So you would be 85 or 86 before you could say, Martha, we're in the black. But the odds are, I mean, the reality is your life expectancy gets less and less as you move towards those golden years.
I know someone who talked to a lawyer from Social Security, and this lawyer told them 95% of the time, Social Security wins
Of course
when
they do.
someone waits.
I mean, it's just like the Roth. I mean, like, for instance, they were talking about the 401k, making it all Roth so that people wouldn't get the benefit now, because they know that if we can get people to pay taxes now versus later, we're going to make out. By the same token, if we
But
give,
at least-
if we get their Social Security now, we would, we will not do as well as if we wait.
Right, at least on a Roth, you have the money. On Social Security, you
you
don't
have-
have
My
the
point
money.
is, we've been having caller upon caller who call in and they're collecting Social Security, and they want to know with the new tax reform if there's any change in the calculation of
No,
Social Security.
all the income pretty much stayed the same. They
Right.
didn't do anything to income. What they did was they scalped some of the deductions. Actually, they left in many deductions. The major, under tax reform of 2018, the major people that have gotten hurt would be people with miscellaneous itemized deductions, employee business
So how do you
expenses.
calculate the taxability of Social Security?
Okay, so your Social Security is taxable if half of your Social Security added to all your other forms of income, including tax-free income. When that answer is totaled and you're married filing a joint return, you subtract $32,000 from that.
Right.
The answer then is divided by 2, and the excess over the 32 divided by 2 is what's taxable.
And then New York State
Is tax-free.
Is tax-free. New York State, you told me once, is kind to retirees.
They are kind
They're
of
very
retirees.
kind to
They're-
the first $20,000 of your pensions or IRAs are excluded if it's government or municipality. It's all tax-free on New York State, and then all your Social Security is tax-free on the state, which is really nice.
So let's say it again. If you're a retiree from state, federal, or municipal, fire department, state of New York, federal, police, the police
teacher.
departments, sheriff, any publicly funded pension is completely tax-free on New York State, regardless of your age.
Right.
You
New
still have to
York State.
file,
I wanna
you have to
stress
file
New
your tax return and take it off.
Right.
All of your Social Security is tax-free on New York State. Now, if you have a pension or an IRA or annuity from a non-public,
So private sector.
right,
sector.
private sector, then you have to be 59 and a half. and the first $20,000 you receive is tax-free for you and up to $20,000 for your spouse. So if you had an IRA and you withdraw 22 and your spouse has an IRA and they withdraw 25, then 20,000 and you're over the age of 59 and a half, 20,000 is tax-free for you, 20,000 is tax-free for your spouse.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
They leaves you 7,000, standard deduction 15. You pay no tax to New
And
York.
don't
Exactly
forget, and you guys are going to have to help me with this, if you're a fireman or you're a retired fireman, and you get money for collecting retirement money
To help pay for health
help to
insurance.
pay for health insurance. To explain the law on that,
So
Chris.
then, if they take out money for your health insurance and you're a public safety official, which is a firefighter or a policeman, and you're paying health insurance through your retirement, up to $3,000 of that will be tax-free on the federal.
On the federal, right. And so if you find that you're listening to something and we're saying something that you haven't taken advantage of, make sure you go back and amend your tax returns, because your returns are open for amendment for 3 years. So 16, 15, and 14 would still be open this year. So if you find something that we are telling you that you didn't do, go back and amend the return and they'll pay you back with
Absolutely.
interest.
That's
So the
right.
bottom line is, if you think that the stars are aligned in your favor and you think you're going to live to be 90 and that quality of life is going to be there and it's not important right now that you collect your Social Security, then you can wait. But I would tell you that if you take a look at the numbers, divide the increase by how much you've left on the table, you have to see how many years you have to live to break even. If you pass away at any time prior to you starting to collect your Social Security, they're not going to give you the lump sum. That money's gone. Only Social Security that you get as you earn it, as they pay it to you, is going to be available to you. So they don't come up to your widow at your funeral and say, oh, gee, Jerry left $120,000 in the
And then
fund.
don't forget, when you are on Social Security, you have to get the supplemental plan for your Medicare. And so don't forget, it's really important. We also have somebody on staff who can help you to get the supplemental part for your Medicare. And so that's really important when you're on Social Security
That's
to
exactly.
consider your health insurance coverage.
That's exactly right. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back with your questions on the other side.
I'm attorney Dennis Kitchen. Now is a good time to look at your finances and your debts. How much debt do you have right now? If you don't know, or if you don't want to know, it may be too much. Isn't it time that you talk to an attorney about a fresh start? I've been helping many people in debt over the years, and I don't charge for an initial consultation about debts. Call for a free consultation. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
Hi, this is Tiffany Fabian, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. Ryan's 17 plus years of experience saved me money on my premium and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Ryan will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. For all your insurance needs, call Ryan Ferraro at 688-2199. Again, 688-2199.
Wagner Mechanical Air is a multi-service company. We're a commercial refrigeration and HVAC company. We service and install residential and commercial heating and cooling systems. We service and install for restaurants and hotels walk-in freezers, coolers, ice machines, prep tables, and beer wine coolers, just to name a few. Ice Machine Lease is now available as well. Includes all service calls and cleanings of ice machines. If interested in Ice Machine Lease or our other services, please call our offices today.
At Neutrino Auto, we have what your car needs. We provide car care and maintenance service like no other. All of our service technicians are ASE certified, so you know your car is in excellent hands. Parts, parts, parts! And yes, did we mention we have more parts? And we even service and have parts for tractors. Cars, we sell them too. Here at Neutrino Auto, we have everything that you need to hit the pavement today. Call us today. Neutrino Auto, quality service since 1927.
Hi, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. You know we're here to help you. And we are out with our roving reporter, Dominic Traverna, who's out in Western New York having people ask their tax questions, and Chris Fabian and Tiffany Fabian and I are going to help peel back the onion, so to speak. Remember, we're talking about 2017 taxes that are due the middle of April, but we are also talking about the phasing in of the 2018 tax laws. So we really think that this is really important, because out with the old, in with the new, but the old is still relevant for this year. So Dominic, who is our first question asker?
Hi Esther, I don't know what to do about my health insurance. Should I just pay the penalty?
So this person must not have health insurance.
Right. Well, so it's interesting. Under the change of the tax law, the mandate and the penalty is no longer there through 2019.
19.
Okay.
You told me.
But the mandate and the penalty still there 2017 and 2018.
Correct.
So not everybody that doesn't have health insurance pays the penalty.
Correct.
Right.
There's 12, at least 12 different exceptions to the rule.
All right, so why don't we explain, for the guy that had the question, why don't we explain who gets the penalty, how you avoid the penalty, so that they can understand that not everybody has to pay the penalty.
So the first two most common exceptions are the exception number A and B, found on the 89, 62, or 65. So for A, if the cost of the health insurance would have been more than 8% of your adjusted gross income for the year, you can avoid the penalty because the cost would have been prohibitive.
So if you made $30,000, 8% of that is like $2,400.
If the cost
So
of
if
that
your
low
cost of your
silver-
health insurance of the low silver was more than $200 a month, you're out of the penalty.
That's right, that's
Okay.
right. So that's
So
really
that's number
important.
one.
And number B is for 3 months in a row, more than 3 months in a row, you didn't have health insurance for the 12-month coverage. You could do exception
If
B.
you had it.
You mean if you had it?
If you
for
had
all
it.
but 3 months?
All but 3 months, excuse me.
So January, February, March, no health insurance, but April, May, June, July, August, November,
Exception
October,
B.
November, December, you did. So
Right.
that's an exception to penalty, because only 3 months
That's right.
was it a problem.
That's
So
right.
that's exception B. All right, now where's the other exceptions?
They come into play if you are part of a religious organization that doesn't follow,
health insurance.
With health insurance,
Right.
You didn't pay your utility bills. You have a shut-off notice, which is
shut-off.
Death in the
don't pay your
family.
utility bills, and you don't pay the penalty for
That's-
health insurance.
that's
Eviction
true.
notice, death in the family.
Right.
Death in the family.
Any adverse, if you're taking care of somebody who is ill, if there was a death in the family, if
Battery,
you think that
women
this is
battered,
cost
man
prohibitive,
battered.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you just think it's too darned expensive, that's a penalty.
If you're a victim of battery, a woman or a man, if you're battered by their
Right.
spouse.
And let's face it, for a $2,000 penalty, you might want to beat up
Right.
yourself. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm kidding.
no.
But, and I gotta tell you, we have a healthcare navigator on board, and anybody who's ever applied for an exception has never been denied. And so, what do you got to lose?
That's exactly right. So, but here's the thing. Under the tax law this year, if you have in the past ignored that part of the tax return because you'd always said, I don't know what it means, I don't
just
understand
eat
it,
the penalty.
so I'm just not going to talk about it, and you mailed in or sent in your return electronically, they accepted it.
Right.
Now they won't accept it. They'll reject the return, and you can even send it in paper. They won't
send it back
process
to
it.
you.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you deal with this part of the tax return for 17, or they won't let you file your return. And that would be stupid if you're holding up a refund because of that.
And then every year the penalty has gotten larger and larger. What were you gonna
Most
say,
people
Chris?
we see who don't have health insurance are people who would qualify for Medicaid or the Essential Plan. And Medicaid, people's big time, I don't want to go on Medicaid because what people will think of me.
Right.
It's not your grandmother's Medicaid anymore.
That's true. It's changed.
It's changed. They don't look at assets. You could have $10 million in the
And
bank
assets, right.
and have no income. You still get Medicaid.
So, okay, let's go back. Medicaid used to be, you have a house, you got a car, you didn't qualify. Now, you can have all kinds of assets, but no income.
That's right.
It's the income you get off the assets that makes you qualify.
Yep.
So you can actually go on Medicaid and be a millionaire.
That's right.
And qualify for the exclusion. And it's unbelievable, but ignorance is not bliss.
Right.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
excellent point. So and we have you can go on our website and we can help you with health coverage, which is great, and the essential plan too.
We're not lying. This is the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people go, yeah, but or a lot of people will say, I have health insurance through my employer, and so I can't get the less expensive. That's not true either.
Essential
No,
plan.
if you pay more than 9% of your pay to health insurance, you can elect not to have your coverage through your employer and go on the exchange.
Right, and get the less expensive plans.
Yeah.
I had someone whose brother-in-law was a benefits person. Oh, this is the plan you gotta have, and they were paying $800 a month.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm looking at their tax return and I'm going, why are you paying $800 a month? Well, my brother-in-law, he said, this is the best thing for me. I said, I can save you $9,600 a year. How? Your income qualifies you for Medicaid.
Yeah.
But that benefits person knew what was best for him.
Yeah, and I guess the bottom line is, if you're picking up anything from this topic, is that it's worth the call to see if you don't qualify for an exception, so that you can get the best health insurance for coverage for the least amount of money. And if you're somebody that says, well, I'm just not going to do health insurance, I'm going to pay the penalty, that's not an option. I mean, that's a bad option, because at least if you look into it, you might find out that you qualify for the essential plan, which was what, $20 a month?
$20 a month.
I mean, you got to ask the question. We can't reach into your TV set and grab you by the neck and make you do it. We can only implore you to ask the question. And when you call EG Tax, we're not going to make you come in. We're not going to charge you. If you can see, we care about you, and we care about your
And then
tax
I
situation.
can't tell you how many people's returns I've amended who have been charged the penalty when they shouldn't have been charged the penalty. So bring in your tax return and let's look at it to
That's
see if
exactly
you
right,
should
and
have
see
been
if
charged
last
the
year we can
penalty.
get you some money back. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back on the other side.
I'm attorney Dennis Kitchen. Now is a good time to look at your finances and your debts. How much debt do you have right now? If you don't know, or if you don't want to know, it may be too much. Isn't it time that you talk to an attorney about a fresh start? I've been helping many people in debt over the years, and I don't charge for an initial consultation about debts. Call for a free consultation. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
Hi, this is Tiffany Fabian, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. Ryan's 17 plus years of experience saved me money on my premium and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Ryan will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Ryan Ferraro. For all your insurance needs, call Ryan Ferraro at 688-2199. Again, 688-2199.
Wagner Mechanical Air is a multi-service company. We're a commercial refrigeration and HVAC company. We service and install residential and commercial heating and cooling systems. We service and install for restaurants and hotels walk-in freezers, coolers, ice machines, prep tables, and beer wine coolers, just to name a few. Ice machine lease is now available as well. Includes all service calls and cleanings of ice machines. If interested in ice machine lease or our other services, please call our offices today.
At Neutrino Auto, we have what your car needs. We provide car care and maintenance service like no other. All of our service technicians are ASC certified, so you know your car is in excellent hands. Parts, parts, parts! And yes, did we mention we have more parts? And we even service and have parts for tractors. Cars, we sell them too. Here at Neutrino Auto, we have everything that you need to hit the pavement today. Call us today. Neutrino Auto, quality service since 1927.
Hi, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, and this is Ask the Tax Lady. We're on every week at this time, and we want to help you with your taxes. If you are interested in the very best reasonable tax help with people that you know and trust, we hope that EG Tax will be kind of in your genre, because we certainly care and we want to help you. Tiffany and Chris and I from EG Tax are not only on Ask the Tax Lady here, but we're on the radio on WBEN from 3 to 4 on Saturdays. So if you want to be part of our live phone-in show. You can join us Saturdays from 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
And we certainly,
Because we want them to be part of our family.
we do. We want you to be part of our family. We have 33 area offices to serve you. We're open 9 to 9 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. On Sunday, we have 3 area mall offices that comply with mall offices hours. The Boulevard,
Mall, McKinley,
McKinley.
Mall.
Fashion,
And Fashion Outlet.
in Niagara Falls.
Right.
Did we do that good?
Yep. And the other thing is that we hope you see that what's very confusing this year, we're dealing with 2017 tax laws and 2017 tax returns with the phasing in of the 2018 tax laws. If you are a small business and you have substantial net worth, there is a phase-in with a lot of computation that you might want to stop into to see us to show how this phase-in will affect your corporation. There are special rules if you're a service corporation, like an attorney, accountant, chiropractor, where basically they think that you're producing the income. Those businesses will not have the phase-in provision that other businesses will, so it can get very complicated. If it's a C corporation, they're getting a big reduction in tax liability, but again, that's a double taxation, so there's all planning that has to be done there. There's a liberalization of tax deductibility of depreciable assets, so all of those things, if you're in that small business and you're wondering how this affects you, EG Tax will help
Yep.
you with that
Yep.
as well.
And then Dominic was kind enough to bring us 2 questions. One of them was a person, should they wait to collect Social Security? And we sort of answered that. Generally, Chris says he does a lawyer who
Take it
does
now.
Social Security, and the lawyer says if people
Take it
wait,
now.
take it
Right.
now. And then the other question was on healthcare, should they just sit back and take the penalty? And we said that there's so many exceptions.
To penalty.
Yes.
But until next week, I'm Esther Goulias, the tax lady from EG Tax. If you need the best tax help, you can go to any of our offices, 33 area offices. Our website is egtax.com. Our app is EG Tax, EG Tax Service. You can get it at the App Store or the...
Google Play.
I've never
Play.
been to Google Play.
Because you're an Apple girl.
I am an Apple girl.
That's if you're an Android
You're
user.
an Android user,
And,
yeah.
and the app is phenomenal. It's
And
real
what's so cool is your receipts actually go right into your file
Yeah.
to EG Tax. Until next week, I'm Esther Goulias, the tax lady, with Christopher Fabian, Tiffany Fabian.
I
Have a
also
great week.
wanted-
New friends, new opportunities, new partners. EG Tax.
Let's play a game and see how you do. I'm going to say a word, and you say the first word that pops into your head. Ready? Buffalo.
Wings.
Sports.
Football.
IRS.
EG Tax, of course.
When it comes to your taxes, EG Tax is the answer. We're your advocate between the government and you. We're here to help you with whatever tax issue may arise with affordable, low-cost tax help. This year, when you think taxes, think EG Tax, and stop playing games with the IRS.